All right, everyone, it's time. There you are. If you expected to find us scaling the walls already, I'm sorry to disappoint. Don't get me wrong, we considered taking a stab at it, but with our limited numbers, I don't really think that plays to our strengths. Well, let's see. We have this sewer entrance here that the Imperials don't seem to know about, and then, well, we have you, of course. I'm thinking to base our attack strap. Yes, sometimes victory means getting dirty, and that's quite literally true here. A passage in the sewers leads to the gatehouse. If you'll open the main gate, we can get into the garrison without having to scale the walls and lose half our men. Just so you know, while you're slogging through sewage, we won't be napping out here. We'll go ahead and assault the main gate. It'll create a good distraction. It'll also mean that if you fail, we'll all die. Just so you know. Unless the gods... Of course! I haven't neglected... The sad... that old... Yes, I met...
chain! Drive the bastards back or put them down!
I quite forgot how it feels. The rush of blood to the head, the sound and fury of battle. So what if I put on a few years? This is where I belong. I'm going to take back this garrison or die trying. I've captured a few keeps in my day, and I've learned the hard way. Whoever holds the courtyard holds the key. So I'm going to seal our grip on this space. We should also hit the barracks, though, before the Imperials get their greaves on. Yes, but I'm not saying to slaughter a bunch of half-dressed soldiers. We're not Reachmen for Mara's sake. No, I'm hoping some of our knights are imprisoned there, and you can free them. We need all the swords we can get. After we've got the courtyard under control, we'll meet you up there. Oh, and if you see Septima Tharn or any of her commanders, feel free to take them down. I'd love to kill the old witch myself, but you're better qualified.
One favor I ask. If you see Commander Attius, kill him.
Commander Attius is down the hall. He tortured us.
thing you came out, I was just about to charge in there and find you myself. If I had died, it would have been your fault. You don't want the death of a king on your head, do you? Probably shouldn't jest like that, not around Argella. Poor thing. There's no telling what these twisted imperial bastards might have done with King Eamon's corpse. He was about to be entombed here when the garrison fell, of course. The royal crypt. All of Bankorai's rulers are buried there, to keep eternal vigil and such. The Imperials are doing something horrific in there. It's where they've formed their last line of defense, whatever they're doing. East, across the bridge behind me. They're just...
King's champion is coming, Magus General. So we make an example of this fool.
I have other matters to attend to. Finish the ceremony first, then deal with the interloper.
Yes, of course. The Dark Anchor's first in the... Thank you for this honor, Magus General. Glory to the Empire.
Move! Glory to Modon Ball.
Garrison is ours. You imbeciles will soon witness the Empire's true strength.
Your covenant cannot escape my wrath. You will see soon enough.
this foul, icy fog rolled in. The earth shook, and those dolmen emerged from the ground beneath our feet. We retreated here to await your return. I'm afraid the giant Daedric anchors from the sky issue is more your speciality than my own. I'll let you lead on this one. A wise leader knows how to delegate, my father used to say. He may have died in his cups, but the man knew his aphorisms. What could be more king?
Akira is mine, mortal. You cannot possibly protect it. Your king and queen will soon be slaves in Cold Harbor.
This is the day the Empire began to crumble!
Knights of St. Pellin, many of your brothers and sisters died here, but this was the purchase of their sacrifice. Be grateful and be proud!
We have the bastards on the run now! Come, Margella! Come! Experience the joy of watching your enemies flee from battle.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't think we could retake the garrison. I expected to die here. I was even looking forward to it. But my heart is filled with happiness right now. Not for myself, but for the people of Evermore. Well, of course the war is far from over, but we've won a crucial battle. Definitely gave the Imperials a black eye. And Evermore is safe. I should return there, but I have a feeling Emmerich will want to press on to liberate southern Bankrai. Whether it's wise or not isn't for me to say. All I can say is that if Emmerich wants to push on, I hope you will go with him. It's clear that any undertaking you're a part of. Whether it's wise.
We gave the Imperials a healthy kick in the buttocks, didn't we? I bet they don't stop running until they're behind the walls of Harlin's stand. We will have to go after them. For one thing, one grain of sand. Of course, it's a Queen Akira. My father. My father.
Ah, King Emmerich said you might be coming. The Imperials are here. Did you know this? The king... Hurry along, then. You will find the king just up the road. I am going to... Hurry along.
We have to find a way inside. Unless... You must be near an active... We are a part of the world. A clan of bears. It frees them from enslavement. The Briarheart is a powerful... The wards are back, and the bears are no longer hostile. Now we'll call upon Hircine, and find out why he's forsaken us. As you restored the wards, you are now a part of the grotto's life too. Therefore, I will ask you to perform a necessary role in our sacrifice. We need a still-beating heart. You've offered to assist us? I asked you to be the ultimate sacrifice to save the grotto. You are the key to reaching Hircine.
No! By rights, I should be the one to take the blade. I'm the one who failed.
Nyroni, no! This person has already offered to help us.
The sacrifice should come from the Weird. And I'm the one responsible.
Lene, she's right. The heart of a stranger compared to a self-sacrifice? Persine is bound to hear an answer.
But we need 3 for the ritual. She can't do it.
The outsider can do it. Only 2 of us are required for the prayers.
I won't allow it.
You've no choice. Do you want this to succeed or fail? Nyroni is ready and willing. You know we're right.
As much as I hate to admit it, Tyria is right. Nyroni's willing sacrifice is priceless compared to yours. I raised her, you know. We found her abandoned. A lost child that the wood kept safe until we discovered her. Much more than that. We're tied through both a familial bond and the forest itself. We may seem callous to outsiders, but we're closely knit. What we ask of you is not to be taken lightly. This is a serious and sensitive matter. Understood? I hope so. Take this ceremonial dagger. It's well sharpened to ensure swift work. Tyria and I will perform the ritual. Once prepared, you must act quickly to cut out the heart of Nyroni and place it on the altar. Wyrus Nyroni's sacrifice should be the extra edge we need to call upon her scene. Yes, Nyroni is prepared. I can't say it will be easy. This is the way of the Glenmorrow Weird. Everything makes sacrifices. The plants and beasts that we may eat, the wood that we may have fire, the people we've come to love. There's nothing wrong with sacrifice, so long as it's done properly. Good. Wait for my signal. When the time is right, cut out her heart and place it on the altar. We're ready. Now cut out her heart. Put her heart in the bowl on the altar.
A worthy offering. What is it you seek?
My prince, we seek to know why.
Silence, pray. I speak not to the weak, but to the one who took the heart. This one interests me. Come, speak to me, hunter. Ah, the prodigal pup returns. So you aid the weird who still lick their wounds of defeat. They fell prey to Branark and his reachmen, losing my favor. To earn it back, you must prove yourself once more. Show me what you've learned. To start, a hunter's challenge of skill. I will bring the hunting ground to you, a shade of this realm and my own. But this time, you hunt my aspects themselves. Only then will you earn the chance to retake the grotto for the weird. Don't disappoint me, pup. Prey undeserving of the gift I've given you. When you've won, return to the shrine. I will be there as the spirit of the hunt. We'll discuss your prowess and your final task for the grotto when the hunt...
I'm not sure how much time I have, but thank you for what you've done. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your brave response to Hersine's challenge. Can I help you understand this realm? A place of shadow, hunger, and thirst? Strength, speed, and guile. I know them well. He sent you to track them. The Hunter's Test, which I once undertook myself. Though I've not been dead for very long. I will answer your questions as a final thing. The aspect of strength takes the form of a bear. Crouch low to the ground to search for signs of its passing. A creature so large doesn't leave a subtle trail. The aspect of speed takes the wolf form. You may surprise it within its den, but only if you are careful. Look for its paw prints, which may appear as stars on the ground in this realm. The aspect of guile is the hunter. He'll be the hardest to track, for he wants no prey to realize his nearness. But every hunter must rest sometime. Seek his camp, and if you are lucky, the hunter will be there. Good luck, hunter. It's time for me to pass on and rejoin the cycle.
specimen for my collection.
My hunter, the scent of your success surrounds you. Already you yearn for the next hunt. I've 2 hunters and 1 grotto. To the victor goes the spoils. Find Brannock and rip the briar heart from his chest. Prove yourself the true hunter, and he the prey. And the grotto is yours. Should you prove yourself the victor, bring the Reachman's fledgling Briarheart back to the altar. I will speak to you one last time, if you succeed.
A final challenge for us both. This should be easy. Doubtful. I defeated the Weird. I'll defeat you just as easily. The power of the Briarheart will be mine permanently. Soon, I'll retake Evermore, and all the land which once belonged to my people. Your kind will be stamped out, and I will rule. That's what you think. Come and get me. The Briarheart, this grotto Evermore, and all these petty kingdoms will be mine.
What happened? Has Hircine asked something of you? You've proven yourself a true hunter. And Brannock? What of him? Only one Supreme Hunter would be left. And with Brannock defeated, we can take back the grotto. Go, and luck be on your side. We'd assist, but it would be forbidden. Your victory will be remembered. We could feel the death of Bernark through the earth beneath our feet. Even the insects will not mourn. Thank you for making our sister's death worth it. We're in your debt. We still have a lot of work to do. Cleaning. We can feel the connection returning.
My hunter returns, Briarheart in hand. Bernark now roams my hunting grounds as prey. His chest a gaping hollow, a reminder of his weakness. Heed his punishment, pup. Ah, you truly are deserving of my gift. The grotto belongs to the weird once again. But more importantly, to you. I'll be watching you, mortal. A larger hunt looms in your future. One I'll watch with great interest. My hunter... Ah, you truly are deserving of my gift. The grotto belongs to the weird once again. But more importantly, to you. I'll be watching you, mortal. A larger hunt looms in your future. One I'll watch with great interest.
What do John and Jodson? What does Crane? Bah! If the knight... Tell the knight. Yes. Crazy Eye does not know. For the present. Yes. Crazy Eye. Here at the mark for the present. No! So
There's a sight. Frankly, this for starter. That's what I was... Try not to let that Bandari... Of course. We have to figure out... Of course. You think the supply...
this one has heard of your bravery.
Greetings. Normally I would take pride in telling you that I am the most worldly Bandari merchant in all Tamriel. I would present you with a lavish display of the amazing variety of goods I have to offer, but I cannot. Not everything. But I did see some of our goods in the last raid. Me and the other Bandari were busy helping the knights defend the barricades. We didn't see the Imperials slip into our tents and steal our most... Do they? Did Knight Commander Sherilyn send you over to ask this of me? Can she not even show Silver Paws the respect of asking herself? Of course not. Either way, we can spare no further supplies. We've given the knights everything we can. Ah, now you speak the language of the Bandari. Everything we sell, we either buy somewhere else, or we pay for the materials we use to craft it. We cannot afford... Well, there is a thing about the poultices. We do not have them just yet. The good news is that I had foreseen the need for them, so I sent our herbalists out to gather what they needed, but they haven't returned yet. I didn't want to concern you. I thought the herbalists would be back any minute now, but now that I think about it, they have been gone. They went up to the water. They needed a special algae from the lake. Don't tell anyone, but that's one of the key ingredients in the Bandari poultices. If some...
Troll food. Ah, Silver Paws takes care of us. He would have been so proud. Yes, they are needed, aren't they? Silver Paws knew they would be. This one agrees. If the way is clear, we will run then. We will... Run fast, friends. Follow Deep Swimmer, and don't drop any poultices.
Weren't lying, Knight Commander.
How do you know?
This one saw the Imperials with her own two eyes.
Headed towards the crossing? How many?
This one didn't count them, but there were many.
Time to make our stand then. Tell the other Bandari to be ready. St. Helen's blood. I'm glad you're still here. Fobbing Imperials. I figured we had at least another day or two before they'd be back. They're here. And right now, I'm damn glad of it. The cats are all carrying Alessian bows too. I just hope those bows still shoot straight. Either way, the Imperials are coming from the lake, so the worst of it will be at the northeast gate. If you'll plant yourself there and keep them from getting by, we might just make it another day.
I'm I'm not at all sure we can turn this around.
If it isn't the five-clawed walker who saved our herbalists, Crazy Eye is very impressed. Are you here to help me fight the worst? Or the best? Depending on your perspective, Walker. It's your turn to be impressed now. Crazy Eye has her new bow. Together, this one and you will make Imperial pie. Are you ready? Crazy Eye is always ready. Here they come! Ha ha! Here they come! Don't worry, Crazy Eye has your back. Crazy Eye sees more Imperials coming. More coming. Come to Crazy Eye with dungeons.
Circle around!
Fighting Walker. Sharp cross!
We need a trebuchet, or 10. Well, that went better than expected. Not one breach of our perimeter. Guess those Bandari are good at something more than just swindling. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. The Knights of... Now's our chance to end this, though. To make sure those raiders never show their faces here again. How would you feel about They're in retreat now, but they couldn't have pushed off from the shore yet. I say we burn their boats, or rather you burn their boats if you're up for it. That's what I like to hear. You like to fight, don't you? I get that. When I was younger, I felt much the same. Go burn the bastards' boats then. I'll say a prayer to St. Pellen for you, for all of us. Bandari scouts said they could see the flames from here. Let's celebrate! Yes, I think I judged the Bandari too soon. Silverpaws is actually quite a gentleman. Or is it a gentle cat? I just hope he doesn't expect me to pay for this mead. No way. This one's on the house, and by the house, I mean the Bandari. Ha! Yes.
The woods are no place for a princess.
The woods welcome you. Know that the creatures here are neither for you? Perhaps. Gravely wounded, but yes, Princess Alara is here. The Sentinel tends to her. He'll be at the The Sentinel is the forest. The Sentinel is the forest. If I had a seed, the Sentinel is the forest is old and powerful.
Sad, isn't it? Poor child. I'm afraid not. As the Sentinel, I must warn you that these woods aren't safe. But as old girls, I'm glad to see a friendly face. I remember when that child wasn't more than a knee's height, and now she's laid out like a corpse. She was attacked and left for dead by the wayside like a beast. Well, she won't die on my watch, not if you can help me. Around the lake, you'll find rings of mushrooms, fairy rings, but fairies aren't what I need. Take my amulet. Get down in the center of the rings and feel the earth. I need the energy from there to keep Alara alive. I need to take the child back to my hut. It's just up the hill a bit. Can't miss it. Well, the weird won't call me anything different. Most people who live around here call me old girls or just Stenwick. The Viridian Sentinel is a bit of a mouthful, don't you think? Makes me sound more important than I really am. Well, these woods have a life and a mind of their own. No, what I do is make sure it doesn't get out of hand. There's some good folk who live near these lands, and without a firm hand, why, the wild would... Me? I'd left Evermore and decided to live my life in the woods. And I met a man here, the previous Sentinel. He needed help, and I stayed with him. When he grew too weary, he blessed me with the title. A long, long time ago. Once I even worked as a royal gardener in Evermore. Well, I'm more comfortable in the woods. It's where I belong. Well, these woods have a life and a mind of their own. If I was younger, I could instantly purge the poison running through this young lady's veins. Now it takes all my strength just to keep her breathing. Poor dear. Just in time. I've made a salve for Alara that'll help her wake. I'll channel what energy I have left into her. The amulet should be able to sustain me afterwards. At least I hope. This'll just take a moment. Took more out of me than I thought. Go on, give it to the poor girl. I'll be all right.
I was asleep? What am I doing in this hovel? And who are you? No, I remember. Stenwick brought me here. I was sick. Apologies, but I still don't remember who you are. Then you have my gratitude. I feel weak, but not unwell. It seems my outer wounds have all been healed. Tell me, stranger, how fares Evermore? Is my mother well? My father? I see. My mother must be in mourning then. I will send word that I am well, if Stenwick is willing.
The forest feels your weakness, Sentinel. This is treacherous ground.
Was that a warning or a threat?
Stenwick, who's this? A Weirus?
Yes, child. You will know more of them soon enough.
Is that so? You're more foolish than I thought, old man.
Don't think anything of this. The weird are a strange folk. The weird and I have always had a tenuous relationship, but saving Alara was something I needed to do, regardless of their objections. It will make this process harder than it needs to be, but I still have some spirit in me yet. It's quite complicated. Suffice to say, they don't think I should use the forest power for such things. Of course, they'd much rather I didn't exist at all. But it changes nothing. There's work to be done, and I'm not getting any younger. They are guardians of nature in the truest sense, and I am a guardian of the people. Our interests don't always coincide. They see my role as Sentinel as unnatural, though the Sentinel has existed for generations. My salve was but a reprieve, I fear. In order to safeguard Alara, I need to do something drastic, and I'll need the Weird's help. You've seen the Spriggans of the forest, I'll bet. There's one that's much older and much wiser than the rest of them. Some call her the voice of the forest. In a way, she is. I need a bud from one of her branches, one freely given. It can harness the full power of these woods to safeguard Alara's life. May I ask your aid once again? Find the voice of the forest. It shouldn't be difficult to find, but if you must... Many Spriggans carry a spore that returns to the voice of the forest when the Spriggan dies. You could kill them and follow it to the voice, but that certainly won't make it very happy. Take my amulet. Its power is spent, but the voice of the forest will recognize it and grant you an audience. Weirus Damara may not welcome you when you take the bud to her, but persevere. She knows what the weird must do.
I won't sit here and let you do all the work. We have to find the voice of the forest. If Stenwick needs a Spriggan bud, then I'll do anything to get it for him. I suppose you're right. I'll stay here with Stenwick. But this forest voice, if it's like a Spriggan, it will react to their deaths. I bet you could kill some Spriggans to draw it out. Probably, but they're animals. I don't see any other way to reason with them. Stenwick needs the bud. And if we never find it, no. Kill the Spriggans. It's the best chance to do this quickly. Probably, but they're animals.
This creature disturbs the woods with the Sentinel's binding as a token. Has the forest not bent to the whims of the Sentinel already? What more can we give? So, he may pass our yoke to another, a stranger to the woods. Your demand is empty, voice of the Sentinel. I refuse. Why should we care for a mortal? We only seek to grow as our nature intends. Your Sentinel is the one who prevents this, but you care nothing for our plight. It is a waste to speak of this further. Take the bud and be gone, but know this. There shall be no peace in these woods.
A familiar scent surrounds you. Did the Sentinel send you? What do you hold? How dare the Sentinel pick his successor out of pity? But she didn't bring us the bud, you did. Why should we give our blessing to one who needs another to carry her burdens? He didn't even trust you enough to tell you, did he? Let the Sentinel explain it to you when you next see him. I'll do my part and no more. Where is this princess who is greater than the needs of nature? Too weak to even follow you? No, the forest does not need such a creature. The Sentinel oversteps his bounds, and the Weird will not allow it.
If you have something to say, you'll say it to
I
my
will.
face.
You are weak, fit for little more than prey. How do you hope to wield the Sentinel's power?
Stenwick is trying to save my life. I don't know what he has planned, But I certainly owe it to him to see this through.
The child knows nothing, and he expects us to offer our blessing?
I don't know what Stenwick is planning, but if it'll save my life, I trust him. I don't understand why these weird people can't see that. Sounds like jealousy to me. It won't stand in my way. I won't give up a second chance at life for the whims of some forest folk. Stenwick is a kind man. Why won't they see that he means no harm? Why? She pretends to be in charge of everything. And we've already received the bud from the voice of the forest. That's good enough for me. And it ought to be enough.
Once the Viridian Sentinel stood for something more than a wet nurse to spoil children. Now he expects us to train and rear this daughter of the city as our own? No. The Sentinel asks too much. His time wanes. He will make this girl the new Sentinel, untrained and unfit. He holds no respect for the forest and no respect for the weird. What does it matter to us if one child withers to allow the forest to grow free, I ask you? We've heard nothing from the Sentinel these past days but demands. Still, we will do what must be done. Perhaps we can trust you to make the correct decision when the time comes. Althine will help you prepare it. For the Sentinel's ritual, he needs a Spriggan bud, freely given. You have obtained that, but the bud will not bloom without nurturing. I hope you aren't squeamish about... But sister, you said this was the last time we would help the Sentinel. Let us finish the blessing and be done with it. Come along, then. We have a sacrifice ready. When I say, hold the bud out in your hands, keep them steady, no matter what happens. Plunge it into the offering. Quickly.
The weird have stalled long enough. Stenwick isn't healthy, and we must do what he asked before it's too late. Go to him. Tell him I have a feeling they don't dare harm me as long as I'm under Stenwick's protection. We'll see if I guessed correctly. Of course. And this bud may heal Stenwick, the way he healed me. We'll need to use it if we're to save him. Take him to that altar.
I was hoping you'd return before... I couldn't speak to you one last time. It's good Alara's not with you. I'd hate for her to see me in such a state.
Time, my friend. I gave my everything to heal Alara, and still it won't be enough. That's why I sent you to get the Spriggan bud. The only way she'll live past a fortnight is if she becomes the Sentinel. And luckily there'll be a vacancy shortly. In a sense, the power of the Sentinel is immortal. I'm old, but Alara is young. The Sentinel's power will take root and flourish in her. The weird can't let that stop you. Take my essence. When I'm gone, Alara, tell her she must tame the will of the woods. The bud will summon, and the amulet will bind. The weird certainly won't help, considering they'd much rather see this power go to waste. Don't let the Sentinel's power fade. It must.
He'd be here by now. Where is Stenwick? He gave everything to keep me alive, even his life. I don't even know what to do now. Does that mean I'm doomed to die as well? That was his plan all along, wasn't it? And I never got to thank him. If this is what he wanted, then I must see it through. You still have his amulet? Take it to... These motes are all that's left of dear Stenwick. What's that sound? Can you hear it?
We meet again, ally of the Viridian Sentinel. Now you seek to subjugate these woods once again. How I long to watch you stumble and fail. But an ancient pact compels me to explain the rite. One simply has to gather the motes about. Then there will be no Viridian Sentinel. The yoke about our necks for centuries would be freed. Of course, there is one way to ensure the princess does not become the Sentinel. Destroy the Spriggan bud I gave you, and she will fail. It is true, but we have endured a slow death for much longer. Man was not meant to rule over nature. No matter their intentions, they cannot know the will of the woods. The Viridian Sentinel is a mockery of nature's true cycle. How I long to watch you stumble and fail, but an ancient pact compels me to explain the rite. One simply has to gather them. Then there will be no Viridian Sentinel. The yoke about our necks for centuries would be freed. Of course, there is one way to ensure the princess does not become the Sentinel. The torches on either side would suffice. Their flames and your intention are more than enough. You are the one with the power to choose. How I longed. Then there will be no...
I think I'm better now. Gods, what is this place? I didn't think we'd be able to pull through at the end. But we did. We did! You can't imagine how this feels. I can feel the earth. I can taste the wind. It's like every piece of this forest is a part of me. I will remain here, a part of these woods forever. Could I even command the beasts? It seems that it would have been a trivial matter. More than that, the rocks themselves give me strength. I feel immortal. Apologies, my friend. This power, it's heady, like a deep, cold pool. Refreshing, but so easy to fall into. I have much to learn, it seems. We met only briefly, but the forest will remember your deeds forever. I will make sure of it. So much has happened to me. It's hard to think clearly. No, I belong here, in these woods. Eventually, the Weird and I will come to terms. I see our past and present through the eyes of the Sentinel. There will never be love between us, but understanding is not too much to ask.
Hey! Smart...
Look, I don't know you, but I need someone who knows more about magic than I do, and frankly, that's just about anyone, so you'll do. I work for Dragonstar Caravans, and the mage hired us to come out and give him an armed escort. I hate working for mages, but I was the only one available to accommodate this bastard's schedule. So, I hiked all the way out here. You're not gonna believe it, but I got here and this stupid mage... Well, can you believe this? The fool's turned himself into iron. It's like a practical joke. I keep expecting my boss to step out from behind a rock and just tell me he wanted to see how I'd react. I'd carry the bastard if he wasn't so damn heavy. To stop me from taking him away. Said some stupid drivel about emotions. If there's one thing I hate more than magic, it's emotions. Can you just deal with this for me? I can't even think at this point.
Hello there. I suggest you don't try to pick me up. You'll only injure your back. Don't ask for any long-winded explanations, either. It's tiring to talk when you're made of iron. No choice. That brute was going to forcibly remove me from the ruins, and I can't leave yet. I have to get my emotions back under control first. Precisely. My emotions are gone. Fear, anger, happiness, sadness. They got away from me, in the literal sense. It's this alien relic here. It's a gateway into the Salasali dream state. But by the time I realized it, my emotions were already gone. Yes, you could go into the dream state and convince them to come back. You'll have to upset them, though. Drive them to experience their counterbalanced state. Anger to fear, happiness to sadness, that sort of thing.
I can't believe this. You're just gonna lie down and take a nap?
Hello there! I'm so glad you came by. I think I'm about to make a new friend, and you know what that means. I don't know about you, but when I make a new friend, I like to have a celebration. Buttons does too. Buttons and I are... Oh, my grandmother gave me Buttons as a pet when I was just a little boy. We were inseparable. When I was little, he carried me on his back. And when I got big, I carried him on my shoulder. Buttons is my favorite friend in all of Tamriel. Hey, you stop that! You're hurting Buttons' feelings. You're hurting my feelings too. I'm going back to Arnatoli. What are you looking at? Did I say you could look at me? I don't think so. I don't even want you sharing my air. You're a festering boil on the lip of reality. I don't like boils or things that fester. Move on. Or do you? Oh, tell me you didn't say that. Tell me I didn't hear that right. How would you like a staff blast to your stupid, ugly face? Let's find out. Get ready. Did you see how gray it is here? Everything is gray. I don't know. I was hoping you knew, but now I'm disappointed again. I always tell people how bad things are, and then they get worse, and so the next time I see them, I have to tell them all over again. Do you want to know what else is sad? You're fobbing. You expect me to believe that you really want to listen to all my complaining? You must think I'm... Now that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. You think if I stop talking about it, it'll just go away? Like that's some secret trick to dealing with sadness. That's just hysterical. You're funny. Don't! Please! You're going to eviscerate me, I just know it! I don't want to be eviscerated! It sounds like... Because I had a nightmare, and someone told me they were going to eviscerate me. They described it in great detail, how they were going to cut me open and let all my internal organs spill out. Then it wasn't a very funny joke. My father was eviscerated, as a matter of fact. I'll put up with a lot, but jokes about evisceration are where I draw the line. Oh, now you're making jokes about my mother. Now you've done it. Now you've made me mad. I'm going back to Arnatoli. For some reason, looking at you makes me want to vomit. My emotions just feel like they're going to burst out and run away again. Overall, though, I am feeling a little lighter on my feet. I think so. I won't know for sure until I get home to my wife. Come to think of it, she's very similar to this Ayleid relic. She's old and strange and brings out all of my emotions. Regardless, though, I'm ready to go.
So when I saw you go down for a nap, I decided this partnership was over. I certainly didn't think you were doing your part. Then the mage suddenly stands up and says he's ready to go, and that I have you to thank for it. Is that true? All right, I don't need to hear any more. I'm not gonna pretend I understand any of this, and I don't really want to. Here's your half of the payment. I'll make sure the mage gets safely to his destination. So when I saw... All right, all right.
These lands hold more mysteries than you can possibly imagine. You heard the call, didn't you? You have been chosen to help stop the blasphemy in the ruins below, to stop the laws of nature from being broken. I too was carried here on the tides of fate. Yes, I serve Hermaeus Mora, the Lord of Fate and Knowledge. These ruins were once a shrine to my lord, a storehouse of secrets forbidden to mortals. The shrine is but a memory now, but an entity invades the... A spirit? A Daedra? This is part of what must be exposed. Whatever it is, it has enslaved... Wisps serve the entity below, drawing the essences of the enslaved Rain Disciples, and we must stop... I serve her name? Yes, even we came here... Of course, we must... I serve her name. my children. With each essence, we draw closer to the dream. We must work quickly before the Daedric Prince's servants can stop us. We have nearly enough essences now. Tell Apostle Marion it is time to prepare.
Stranger. We mean you no harm, yet you enter our domain with distrust, killing our disciples. My mistress says you have been misled, that you should help rather than hinder us in our endeavors. Lorelia. She is a Nereid. She is the water spirit of Lake Halcyon. Lorelia says the primeval seekers have misled you. She is an element of nature, seeking only to foster life. She told me to explain her purposes here. The landscape of Tamriel is ever-changing. The desert south of here is expanding and will someday overtake this area too. Lake Halcyon has already begun to slowly dry up. Lorelia only seeks to prevent that, to keep the lake and the forest alive. These ruins hold 8 relics of power. With them, Lorelia can create a water stone, an everlasting source of water that can keep Lake Halcyon alive for all eternity. Myself, the Rain Disciples, and the Wisps aid her in this mission. The cultists worship the greedy Lord Hermaeus Mora, They would hoard the secrets buried here. They do not wish us to make use of them. They will do anything. They have even been capturing our disciples and holding them prisoner. Just to hinder our efforts. That's why they sent you as well. I'm sorry you've been caught up in this. I won't ask you to join us, but surely you can see that our disciples have done no wrong. Would you be willing to free them as a favor? Aurelia promises she will reward you generously for your assistance. The primeval seekers are holding our disciples across this water and down in the east side of the ruins. Please, free them. They're people from Evermore, Northglen, or other nearby villages. Like myself, they were drawn to Aurelia. She showed us what was happening and taught us that her plight, the plight of the lake, is our plight too.
Please get me out of here. These Daedric cultists have been... I don't know. I don't understand. They kept saying they wanted me to remember. Remember what, though? All I can recall is being with Aurelia. I need to get back to her even now. Thank you. I'll remember.
Aurelius, believe it or not, I think I actually remember the way back. Thank you.
Praise you for...
What's going on here? Who are all you people? Who am I? No, I don't remember you either. What am I doing here? Is this place? All right. Release me and I'll go.
Ignorant half-wit. By the golden eye, what in oblivion are you doing? Setting those poor, ensorcelled fools free? Don't you realize we were trying to help them? Don't you see what's going on here? I followed you before, and overheard your conversation with that mad apostle. It's clear that this Nereid learned one of the most dangerous secrets about the... No point hiding it now. When a mortal dies, where do you think their memories go? Don't bother guessing. I'll tell you. They go into the water. The details and implications of this secret are mind-spinning, and would require a life... Exactly. And it seems they never will. Their memories are lost to them forever. The secrets to creating a water stone are forbidden. The natural progression is for the landscape in this area to evolve. There is no other way for this to end. The Nereid has stolen forbidden secrets and committed crimes against nature and humanity. Now that you understand, will you repent for changing loyalties? Wise choice. For a moment there, I feared the Nereid had affected your mind. Know this as well. Hermaeus Mora is generous with his servants. You will be rewarded greatly. Our first concern must be ensuring that the Nereid does not acquire the capability to create a water stone. Then we must hurry. To create the water stone, she'll infuse all... Yes. Go into the cavern and burn the... This is the entrance to her lair. I'm sure of it. Yes, I'll stay out here and keep watch.
my sanctum. Traitor. I can't believe I thought you would help us. It is clear that you've given over to the same greed and brutality as those primeval seekers. But why would you dare enter my personal chambers? Liar. It's not the relics you want. You want to steal my memory essences, don't you? Too late. I've already infused them into myself. I am the Water Stone. Once I activate the shrine, I'll flood the ruins and rid myself of all you vermin. They have outlived their usefulness, as have you. Enjoy your last few breaths.
All is quiet out here. Did you find any relics? Any sign of the Nereid? She's turned herself into a water stone? That mad creature. I never would have even guessed that was possible. Fascinating. Nonetheless, then our only recourse is to kill her. And we were going to do that anyhow. Is she still in there? Flood the ruins! That would kill everyone! Which I guess would suit her just fine. Damn it! She's gone to the shrine on the east side of the ruins then. Quickly! We need to get there as fast as we can!
So, you are the one the tides of fate carried here to stop this transgression. I had watched this pathetic spirit's attempt to avoid her fate with some amusement. Where would be the fun in that? The individual yarns of fate do not concern me. It is the tapestry they weave that I watch and record. All threads, even I did no such thing. Like moths to flame, my followers are simply drawn to dark mysteries. And this one was... No. Why would I? I do. I can see your future and your past. The yarn of your life is interesting. Perhaps even... No. Yes, that is what you will do. First, though, I have something for you. Whether you want it or not is irrelevant. I like to reward those who amuse me. And this is your reward. You will take it. Before, whether